Cinna.
Pals. What is going on, everybody? I'm Jaby Koay, joined by Michael Boost.
Hello.
A.K.A. Jaby Delegato, Magic Boost.
Hello.
We're watching a different world. This recording might be different. I have no idea how we're going to pull this off today. It's a bit of a kooky day. We might be in this room all day. As of this recording, I have no idea. We might be in a different room. Either way, we're going to have a great time with you guys in these final 3 episodes for season 2 of A Different World. Very excited to jump in. Speaking of which, if you don't already, make sure you get yourself a Patreon membership with our Patreon thing. Become a Patreon. Become a patron on our Patreon. YouTube.com. No, that's not what it is. It's cinejump.com or patreon.com/cinejump. There we go. We got there eventually. You'll need your own access to the show, so you can open it up side by side with our reaction, and then it's like you're watching the whole thing with us. I did this all kind of ass backwards.
Wow. I did like the opening. I was like, I don't know where we're going here.
If you want to watch the whole thing with us without any cuts or interruptions, head over to our Patreon page. Head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/cinejump. You will need your own access to the show, so you can open it up side by side with our. You guys know the difference. You guys know the thing, the deal.
Y'all been watching long enough.
Yeah, I'm having a morning. So last time I was hungover, and now I'm just adulting. And so No Means No is the first episode we're watching, episode number 20 from season 2. Here we go.
Tonight's episode deals with a sensitive
Oh my
and mature
goodness.
subject that
okay.
might not be suitable for younger children.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
It's not suitable for younger children. It might not be suitable for
Suitable for
YouTube. Oh my God, I'm scared.
All right, what are we dealing with today?
Well, No Means No.
No means no. I guess that's
Obviously
the title.
talking about real estate.
Yep.
We destroyed Hampton 17-2.
Freddie, I hate baseball.
Garth hit 3 dingers. It's what ball players call home run.
I
You don't like baseball?
I've been to a few baseball games.
You didn't enjoy the wave?
It's about the most action you get during a baseball game. I will take flack for
I
that.
always thought that there were 9 men on a team. Were the other 8 out selling peanuts?
Jaleesa, I'm just happy that my friend did well.
Oh, so Garth is your friend.
Ooh.
Jaleesa, men and women can be friends. Garth is just my friend from astronomy class.
I cannot begin to tell you how nervous I am right now about this episode.
Just butthole clench.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to the spring cabaret dance with my friend, Dwayne.
That's because your friend Garth didn't ask you.
True. Probably.
My boy Garth Parker is so fast, the boy can throw the ball, run to the plate, hit the ball, run this in the field, catch the ball, and rob himself of a home run.
And rob himself of a home run.
Hey, Freddie! How'd you like my
Oh my
short
God.
singing?
They gave
Everybody's.
you a base hit off of that? Garth,
Freddie,
great dingers.
thanks.
He looks handsome.
He does.
Is he the bad guy?
We killed him 17-2 thanks to my home run homie, Tom. Well, we whooped Hampton. Now, the last time that happened, I had hair.
I had hair. Feels good to defeat the rivals.
I've watched you play several times, and you have the grace of a dancer. Have you ever studied ballet?
I took tap when I was 5.
Nice.
Excuse me, Courtney.
Oh, damn.
Courtney
Blew past her.
just blew straight
It's Whitley,
past
you
her.
bastard.
Freddie, I know it's short notice, but what do you say we go to the spring cabaret dance?
He seems nice.
They always do.
Unless you already have a date.
Yeah. Dwayne and I decided to go to the dance together.
But you're just friends.
It's okay, maybe next dance.
Oh, Freddie, when I hit the wall, I hurt my arm, my dancing arm.
What a wingman.
What a guy.
What a wingman.
Nice, Dwayne. Nice.
It takes someone very observant to be able to think like that on this
He
thing real
immediately
fast.
sat down and was like, oh, an excuse.
Yeah.
By all means.
Jaleesa, he's such a
Good friend.
Oh, he's more than that. The way he talks to me, it just makes me feel so
Friendly.
Friendly, yeah.
You're gonna say, remember how you went gaga when you first met Dwayne? Take it one step at a time.
Actually, I was gonna say, jump to it, honey.
Okay, Jaleesa.
I wonder what our children are gonna be like.
Oh my God, that's jumping a little far.
With
You need
his
to slow your
brains
roll.
And my brains and his looks.
Okay. His brain's in your looks.
And hopefully his athleticism.
Hey, Freddie, you left us in the pit.
Thank you. Don't know what planet I'm on.
Planet God.
Clearly.
Does it bother you that she's so out there about some other guy? No, we're just friends.
Whitley is the only girl for me.
Was she just goofy over me?
Close. You know, she actually figured out when you two would
I
get
thought you
married,
didn't care.
where you'd live, and how many kids you'd have. I think it was a boy and a girl.
Oh, see, I would have wanted 2 boys, Darryl and Mookie.
Wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah, never would have worked.
Mookie.
Mookie's a wild name.
Isn't that the name from Do the Right Thing?
You're right. It is, yes.
Hi, Timmy.
What? I thought you were into someone else.
Oh,
On the show.
Baby, you look too hot to cool down. Where you going?
Oh, no. Massive red flag.
That is one body I would love to be a bee to sweat on.
That's one ball you can head out of the park every time. I didn't plan to. A bunch of us were going on a picnic. And she came over to my place to help me find a blanket. Next thing I knew, she was all over me.
Okay,
Oh.
so he's making this up.
Uh-huh.
A t-shirt and these little red shorts. And when she bent over,
Ooh, get out of here!
Uh-oh.
God.
Uh-oh.
that chick scratches like an alley cat.
And she kinky too. Get out of here!
I mean, Dwayne's reaction is
Yeah,
it's
right?
funny. Off of what he understands.
It's our job to let them off the hook.
Dwayne's like, hang on a second.
When you're alone with the girl and your hands down her blouse, if she says, ooh, stop, don't tell me you do.
Well, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Man, I don't like getting scratched.
Neither do I.
Fair enough, Dwayne.
If you want it, you gotta go for it. That's why the sun's always gonna be in your eyes.
Dang. Yikes.
I have so many comments.
That conversation pivoted real quick.
Garth is going to love
Oh, Freddie.
I hope so.
Oh, Freddie.
One little problem. My heel keeps getting caught in this hem.
I hope Dwayne says something.
Yes, please, Dwayne.
Freddie, you got a second?
Sure, can you talk to me while I hem my dress?
Well, it's kind of important.
I'll start it. Thanks.
All right, here we go.
What is so important?
You can't
Is
go
that
to the dance.
Garth's cap?
Yes?
You
He
can't
asked
go
me
to
to
the...
wear it for good luck before the road trip. It's okay, isn't it?
I guess so.
Oh, no.
It's gonna come across as him being jealous and wanting her, isn't it?
How well do you know Garth?
I think pretty well.
No, you don't.
No.
How well do we know anybody? And even when we know somebody,
How well do we
really
know them?
or do we just know the them they want us to know?
It's a good point.
This is so sweet. Are you jealous?
Yep, there it is.
No, Freddie.
I'm worried.
I'm trying to do my best for you.
I'm telling you, don't go out with this man.
Why not?
He wears the catcher's mask.
He's a pitcher.
He's two-faced.
Uh-huh.
Dwayne.
You
I
just
know I'm
gotta,
from
you
New
just gotta
Mexico,
tell her you're
but I
worried
do
that
not have
she's in
tumbleweed
danger.
between my ears.
It's so hard when you're on television.
Yeah.
He might try to make you do things you don't want to do.
There we go.
Exactly.
I know Garth Parks. He's a great person. He's your friend.
Yeah, but I didn't know my friend all that well.
You really don't know him, Freddie.
The person I really don't know is you.
Shit!
God.
Oh!
No.
Okay.
He's trying his best, but he's like mincing words. If only public television allowed us to say the word we need to say.
I need to talk to you about some things. Sounds heavy, brother.
It is heavy.
It is very.
Do you whistle at women? Yo, man, if Quail calls, I'm not in.
Yeah.
Last summer, when you worked in construction and a pretty girl walked by, did you whistle at her?
Whistling was a job requirement, man.
It was a job requirement.
Right. And these women, what did they do?
Well, some of them yelled back. And then some of them used sign language. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I was just thinking about guys, you know, and how we treat women. When you were my age,
Yeah, it's different when it's suddenly a girl you know, huh?
you did a little hoochie. Did a little coochie too?
Sorry, did your daddy have this talk with you?
Dude, you just need to be straightforward.
Yeah, come on. You gotta be open.
You and your girl have the house to yourselves. You're in the den, on the couch. Lights are low.
Uh-huh. The mood is set.
All of a sudden, things are getting heavy. She calls for a timeout.
I've been there too.
And what do you do?
And what do? What was your call?
You know that her mouth is saying no, but you're sure that there are parts of her saying yes. What part do you listen to?
Her mouth. And then you go outside, take a swim in an unheated pool.
In an unheated pool. Cold shower.
So it's not my job to
No.
get her off the hook.
Man, if you think that's your
Absolutely
job,
not.
your next job will be pressing license plates.
Exactly.
Yep. Damn straight.
This isn't some wacko in the bushes with a raincoat. This is you and your honey.
Man, I don't
No,
care, man.
yeah,
If
it-
the woman says no and you don't listen to her,
It is a verbal
it's
and
plain
consistent
simple,
yes.
Case closed, 10 to 20.
He said it.
Yeah.
He said it.
He said it twice.
Why are we talking about this?
Yeah, do I need to know something?
You know, guys need to talk about this stuff too.
He's the coach. You gotta let him in.
I
That's
agree.
his player.
I agree, 100%. Like, he should absolutely be the one to say something.
Freddie, you look gorgeous in that dress.
Thank you.
How's your knee?
Oh, swelling's gone down. Should have worn those matching shin guards.
Because those do so much for your knees.
If we hurry, we can catch that live interview with Sadu Haruo on ESPN. That's the greatest Japanese baseball home run hitter of all time.
He's trying to get him out of there.
Baseball's huge in Japan, by the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Why don't you tape it for me?
I'd love to, but there's a waffle stuck in the VCR.
How did that happen?
Would you like to dance?
I'd love to dance. Freddie, thank you.
I'm talking to Garth.
Oh, no.
Coach told me to remind you that lights are out in 15 minutes.
Hey, curfew's at 11.
Not tonight. We got a lot riding on this road trip.
So
trying
curfew's
so
early.
hard.
He's trying so hard
Trying so hard
to
to
just
save
get
her.
him somewhere else.
Garth, could you please get me some punch?
Oh, that's a good idea. Give me some too, champ.
Oh, she's mad as hell.
She's furious.
I know exactly what you're up to, and you are not gonna ruin this night for me.
Freddie, this guy's a creep.
You're the creep.
Oh, God, he's trying his best. You just gotta be open.
What's wrong? My sock's on backwards.
What?
No, I put the left sock on first. I'm supposed to put the right one on. That's what I've been
Oh, my
doing ever
God.
since the winning streak happened.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my God, he's baseball superstitious. Oh no, oh no.
Look, there's Polaris. That must be the Little Dipper.
I can barely make it out. I guess that's because the Little Dipper has three stars
brighter than the fourth magnitude.
He knows just what to say.
Yep, we met in astronomy, so I'm gonna woo you with astronomy.
I know a place where we can see the stars much better, up at the Overlook.
Oh God, no,
I know
no,
the way.
no. Danger,
he must be
danger,
stopped.
danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger, Will Robinson.
See the lights from that used car lot? Looks just like Orion's belt.
The view from above is even better.
How are they going to execute this? This is on television.
I know, right?
Beautiful. It's just like the sky back home in Santa Fe.
God, they really lit him to be like evil. One side of his face in darkness.
It's my first kiss.
Oh,
I mean, here at Hillman.
sure, sure. Don't
Okay.
cheer for him.
They don't know it's coming, I guess.
You're probably totally unaware of this, but your hand is on my... Thank you.
Freddie, locking the doors is crazy.
It's-
Locking the
can't
doors
she unlock
is
from her side?
crazy. Jesus. Hell yeah! Let's go, Dwayne! Let's go, Dwayne!
Go, Freddie, go!
Mash his
Freddie, go!
face.
Wait, Freddie, wait!
Wait, Freddie, wait! Hell yeah, Dwayne. Oh my God. Thank God.
Coach, I know I missed bid check, but if you're gonna bust anybody, bust Dwayne. I mean, I like the guy, but if you ask me, he's bounced off a few too many walls.
Oh no.
First, he tells me take Freddie to the dance. Then he follows us up to the Overlook, and out of nowhere, he jumps into my sunroof and starts beating on me.
Out of nowhere.
Well, it wasn't all his fault. See, Freddie's trying to play the two of us against each other. She's bad news.
Oh, it's Freddie.
You should have heard her. Let's go look at the stars.
gonna put it together.
Like we're going on some kind of field trip.
Look at his face.
They're trained to say no. It's our job to let them off the hook. Yeah.
I'm about to hit you with this broom.
Where'd you get those scratches?
Freddie, I told you.
He just outed himself.
Yeah, he did.
I'm never going out with her again.
Oh,
No, yeah, you definitely are not.
you might not be going out for a long time.
Hell yeah.
I can't believe I actually begged that kid to come to school here. I even promised his mama that her little boy would ride home every week.
I feel so guilty.
Yeah, right?
He had us all fooled.
Not me. I knew the minute that kid called me Courtney, he was a worm.
No, you did not.
I am so glad Freddie
my
had the
God.
guts to report Garth to the police.
Atta girl.
A lot of girls don't. They think if they were out on a date, somehow they were responsible.
Uh-huh.
I'm starting a petition to have that overlook changed into a bird sanctuary.
Damn straight, Whitley.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Way to go, Dwayne.
Thank God for Dwayne, too.
She did really well down at the police station. She didn't do too bad at the Overlook either. Hadn't been for her, I'd still be mooning the stars from a sunroof.
I thought I knew him.
Well, at least he's off the streets in a jail cell where he belongs.
Maybe. Date is a hard thing to prove.
We'll see how long he stays, but it's their word against his.
Can I make you some cocoa?
No, thank you. Can I just have a couple of minutes alone with Dwayne, please?
I was expecting that.
I think maybe I should go see a counselor over at Student Health.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a number to where we're gonna be on the road trip. Freddie, call me if you need to.
He's a good dude.
Good dude.
Thank you for being my friend.
Aww. Aww.
Yeah. Okay, we made it. We got through that. Not as tough as for colored girls.
Sheesh.
Not as tough as what else am I thinking of? There was another movie that we watched. Oh, it was the Tina Turner one. What's Love Got to Do with It?
Oh yeah. Woo.
Those were two tough
Very
scenes.
rough scenes.
Yeah.
Very, very rough.
I was like, how are they going to handle this? So they only said the word twice in the whole show, two or three times.
Yep.
So,
and they just had one adult character saying it.
yeah.
And then the scene was handled very well, where it was intense, but it wasn't like overly intense.
I think the only issue I might have is that he was very clearly a villain, right?
Yes.
In the way he spoke, in the way he conveyed ideas. And maybe I didn't go to a regular college. I don't know. You went to a college, right?
I did, but like I wasn't like rolling with the guys that
So I went
talked like that.
Yeah, I didn't go to a university, anything like that. So I don't know how guys speak in those environments. It's just that was very on the surface, and I feel like a lot of times these sorts of incidences. I'm trying to be as discreet as possible with this conversation. It's not always so overt. It's like this thing that kind of sneaks up.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what makes it so scary.
There's a way of talking about it that like is either you're convincing yourself that you weren't in the wrong, or you're playing it up for the guys. I think there's a movie that does it really, really interestingly, Barbarian. I don't know if you've seen it. By the same director as Weapons. There is a character who is accused of something like that.
Okay.
And there's multiple scenes where he's talking about it, where it's a lot more subtle and you can't totally tell, like, did he actually do it? Did he not? But I think it's a really clever way of, just from a writing example, of doing that more realistically with a character who potentially knows that they've done wrong. Obviously, we're, in like a half an hour for TV setting, so we got to paint the picture that this guy is in the wrong. And the moral we're trying to send is that this guy is in the wrong, and girls need to be willing to speak out against guys like this because they're not the good guy. Right. Because I think the problem is, I think Letty, the resident director, says it really well, where she's like, a lot of times they're convinced that because they were on a date, they did something wrong.
Right.
Like the victims did something wrong.
Right.
And because there's a lot more gray area in the dialogue and the way that like those guys will talk about it, it can like gaslight people into feeling like they did something wrong.
Yeah.
And so I think they have to really make it overt so everybody gets the message from the episode. But B, they also did the messaging of like, hey, if you feel like it was wrong, you should talk about it.
Right.
Because like sometimes that line gets blurred.
If I have a daughter, you have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, if I have a daughter, I think the main thing for me is just teaching her that it's okay to use your voice. It's okay to express opposition to things that you're not comfortable with, and really instilling that, and really instilling the notion that if, like you just said, if you feel like it's not right, then it's not right to you, and you got to say something, and then it's okay to express feelings afterwards to who you need to express it to, the authorities.
The authorities, yes. Directly to the authorities, but they also made a really good point that it's like, in these circumstances, it can be really hard. Nowadays, it's a little bit easier.
Sure.
I think because there's more of a culture of like, there's more resources,
Yeah.
there's more ways to like corroborate, and I think as a whole, we've, at least societally, have kind of transitioned more to like believing victims first rather than the accused, even though that kind of goes against the innocent until proven guilty sort of thing. But I think there's more safety for and understanding that like when girls come out, or victims in general, not just girls, but like when victims in general come out and speak about these things, okay, maybe we should believe this a little bit more. Maybe we should like put full investigation into this rather than dismissing.
Yeah,
something
at least investigate it.
Yeah, for sure.
At least like find out like what you can find out instead of being dismissive of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I was amused at Dwayne going, I don't like to get scratched. It just immediately had a flashback of this girl who I was seeing for a few months. At the end of a session, shall we say.
A session.
She decided it would be a great idea because, like, I don't know, she liked my body. She decided it would be a great idea to just scratch my chest. And I'm like, what the why did you do that? I don't understand why you thought that was a good idea. This is the same girl who thought, hey, I'm going to clean you off and polish you with some sanitizer. And, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, why did you do that? Like, this girl was trouble.
Oh, no.
Like,
the sanitizer's crazy.
Yeah.
Scratches? Like,
I'm not into the scratching. I'm like, maybe on the back, in the middle of it, I can kind of deal with it. But just like afterwards, like you're marking my body and it just looks wrong afterwards.
Let me just say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So like
we're finding out today about Michael.
I do get that side of things. I do get it. The sanitizer's crazy though. The sanitizer is a crazy call.
I literally screamed out loud and turned into a field position. I'm just like, I don't know. This is the same chick who chased me by car.
Okay, yeah, no, she trouble.
When I tried to, I don't know if like where I told that story, but like I tried to break up with her multiple times, and the last time she chased me by car and called on my phone, blew it up with 80 phone calls and 100 text messages. When I was like, I don't want to talk. Like I don't want anything to do with you right now.
I don't need it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm out. Bye.
Exactly.
Well, it was kind of interesting watching Dwayne. You know, like the conversation between Dwayne and Garth when they were playing basketball, and it was first kind of revealed was fun because you saw this girl immediately go, no, I want nothing to do with this man.
Yeah.
And then Dwayne was like, oh, yo, she's crazy. Like you hit that, and him being like amping him up and vibing with it, and Garth talking about the scratches, and Dwayne immediately being like, oh, scratches, that's amazing. And then finding out the context for the scratches, and then Dwayne's like, I'm not looking for that kind of scratch.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think that was a really like kind of clever way to do it. And I'm really glad that like Dwayne immediately keyed into like what was being said there, even before it was really, really overt.
Yeah. I was remembering something my best friend told me. Chuck, who he hasn't been on the channels in a long time. I don't think you've met him.
Mm-mm.
I asked him like about that kind of playful no.
Yeah.
That happens. Bill Burr's got a whole stand-up special, a stand-up bit about that. Chuck goes, if a girl says no, even playfully, I get up and walk out of the room. I've been falling out of the room, and she'll be like, what are you doing? And he's like, you said no. So then she stops saying no.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
you break check.
Yeah.
And that will signify like, okay, this is actually something that you want if she welcomes it back. But the moment you get that no, it's like you pump the brakes. It's the whole idea of like, politely saying like not fighting, but like also being like no. And, you got to make sure that that's like either real or not. Like you got to confirm.
It's so like, I don't know. I read body language and I'm like, I feel like you should be able to tell off of body language. But I also, because of that conversation, I'm like, I'm just not messing around anymore.
Yeah.
And Louis C.K. had a whole thing about that as well, of him of all people.
Him of all people.
Yeah, but like, he had a whole thing where every time he would fool around with this girl, I think it was just the one time, she kept saying no and he kept stopping.
Uh-huh.
And then the next day they met up, it was at the Comedy Store or something, and she's like, what happened last night? And he's like, you said no. Like, you said no multiple times. And she's like, I wanted you to keep going, though. He's like, but you said no. It's like, that's so confusing, and that's jail time potentially.
Yeah.
So
ultimately, like, just stop. Like, just pump the brakes. Whether you think it's like playful or not, like, you just got to get the confirmation of like, you got to play it safe.
I have one rule. I have one exception where I will violate the no policy.
Go on.
And that's if I'm tickling her.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
If I'm tickling and she says no, I'm like, I got you.
More tickles. The tickle monster has arrived.
Good episode. Very bold.
Yes, very.
Yeah, like, man, that's tough. Especially Dwayne's position. I'm thinking about like, you're trying to do the good guy thing. It's being misconstrued as you being jealous and whatnot. And you got to still cut past that and be like, look, for reals, I understand how you're seeing this.
Yes.
It's not like that.
I am just actively trying to be the best friend I possibly can.
Yeah, exactly.
But like also, trying not to just out and out be like, this guy's like the crimes he's potentially committed, but also just like looking out for your friend and really having to take it on the chin as she's like, no, you're being jealous, you're stupid, like whatever. Kudos to Dwayne for having the tenacity to stick it out and follow them to the Overlook. Because at a certain point, like a lot of people would be like, fine, you don't want my advice, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain frustration of not being listened to over and over again. So I'm proud of Dwayne for going out to the Overlook and still sticking with it, even though Freddie's been like, no, get away from me.
I've seen some strange responses in real life. The person I'm about to talk about totally violated a Me Too thing with me, if that makes any sense. Where I said no, and she wasn't listening, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm not a piece of meat. I need you to just stop this right here.
Stop.
Before we stopped talking, following that, she had relayed to me that she was on a date with this dude, and he slept with her while she was asleep. And I was like, you know what that is, right? And this woman's a lawyer. And I'm like, what is, I don't understand, like, what's going on over here. Like, you should take that to the next level.
Right.
Legally speaking. I don't understand. You're both, maybe because, I don't know. She sort of just dismissed it. The amount of times I've seen a woman dismiss something that is very serious, I don't know how to respond. Like, I just say my piece.
Right.
But, like, it's weird, man. Like, so early on in the YouTube career, I had a friend come on, and afterwards, like, we started talking, and she started opening up, because people just open up real fast with me. And she opened up about her relationship. And I was like, wait, what happens? She's like, well, he didn't know, he's not as bad now. I'm like, what do you mean not as bad
now?
And she goes, yeah, he doesn't yell at me every day. Because, like, this guy was basically yelling at her all the time, just in terms of demanding what she do. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, you know, that's not good. And I used a word I can't use on YouTube. You need to get out of that. Like, you really need to leave that relationship. And I think part of the thing is, for some reason, when faced with a situation like that, some people, be it man or woman, are not sure what they're allowed to do.
Right.
They're not sure how they're allowed to respond.
Yeah.
And they feel bad because they don't want to do anything that is going to make the other person uncomfortable or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you have to take agency and understand, like, you're a human being and you deserve to be respected. And there are certain things that when you cross that line, that is not respect anymore.
Respect. Yeah. You're not being respected. That's not like a healthy relationship. I think ultimately what it boils down to in a lot of respects, and is something that I've been thinking about with my daughter as she's growing up, is like, as kids, we learn what we deserve in a relationship, or we at least learn what our perception of what we deserve in a relationship is, right? There's a lot of like the people you grow up watching, and not only the relationships you grow up watching, like your parents or, you know, family or things like that, but also like how you're treated does a lot to dictate the treatment that you allow people to give you when you're older. There's a lot of responsibility on like parents and family members around young kids to remind them, like, hey, if someone's treating you like that, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to put up with that.
Yeah.
You're allowed to yell back. You're allowed to demand respect, you know? Like, that's a big, important part of making it so people don't end up in relationships like that and feeling like that's what a normal relationship is supposed to be, or like that's something that they can accept.
Yeah.
Because they've been taught from a young age that they don't have to put up with that. It's one of those hard things because, like, yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are like, no, this is just like how we interact. This is how we as a couple fight or whatever.
I would only
like,
believe that under one circumstance, if both parties are Italian. That's it. And you're both yelling at each other because that's how you talk.
That's just how you talk.
That's it. That's the only circumstance.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if they're yelling at you and you're yelling right back at the same volume, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily the healthiest.
No, it's not.
Conflict
Unless
resolution.
you're Italian.
But at least you're both equal in that.
Sure. Yeah.
Rather than you just being yelled at.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, the only reason I wanted this conversation to go on longer is because I feel like there's a good possibility at least one person's watching this video that is in a situation that needs to get the out. And if you are that person, get out.
Yeah.
Just get out. Use this as your like inspirational point of get out of that, whatever it is, by any means necessary.
And it can be hard. I acknowledge the fact that sometimes it takes a lot of exit velocity to get out of a relationship like that. But I guarantee you've got people around you who want to support you and will help you.
Yeah. Like, let's assume this gets 30,000, 35,000 views. Statistically speaking, at least one person's in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
You know?
You deserve better.
Just like the movie. Okay. Next episode. What'd I tell you? We're downstairs. We're in the downstairs space. We are here because they're shooting a 3-person reaction upstairs right now. It just made sense to put us in the Dobby station.
Dobby station.
All right, here we go with episode 21, Citizen Wayne.
That's not what I said.
Well, that's what I heard.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that what you heard?
Wait, Ron, what are you doing turning against Dwayne?
Look, if we want to keep activities such as the Film Society and the campus paper, we have to pay for them by raising student fees.
Unfortunately.
If we charge $1 a head for each dance, we can put that money towards a scholarship.
Just $1? That's not bad.
Let's party with a purpose.
Let's party with a purpose.
Elect Dwayne Wayne and pay to party.
You gotta pay for it somehow.
Or I'll call security.
She's like, how dare you?
Now, if you
I love him
children
just
wanna act
hitting her
like
with the
crazy people,
towel.
Go on TV with that Martin Downey Jr.
Martin Downey Jr.
Does this look like a barbershop to you? Now, the only thing worth debating is whether you going out the front door, the back door, or flunking out of here.
Leave my restaurant.
Now, when you were talking about making people pay to party, you didn't mean me, did you?
I get a pass.
Yeah, I get the friend badge.
Mr. Wayne, I've been looking for you. I'm having my rug shampooed tomorrow afternoon. I won't be able to be there to let the workmen in. I was wondering if you could cover for me.
Oh?
Honored that you would trust me with your house.
I trusted you with my daughter. The same rules apply.
Same rules apply.
Don't touch anything.
Speaking of his daughter.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Just gone. But I'm glad they're friends.
Right.
The respect is still there.
Think I know who's gonna be at Assembly Sunday. I was doing some filing in Dean Hewitt's office when I
Oh, we're spying?
hold press release until Jackson Party confirms.
Jackson Party?
It means you're a snoop.
It means
You think
the Jacksons are having
Jacksons-
their reunion concert right here.
Oh,
in
what?
No way.
It can only be the most important Jackson in the country today.
Janet?
LaToya.
Oh.
Please, that woman has more plastic in her than a Tonka truck.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, the woman has a lot to say. She's been on every talk show. She's an expert on reptiles. Now, can any of us say we know as much as we should about
Expert
snake life?
on reptiles.
That's fair. That's very random.
You are going about this all wrong. What am I doing wrong? You're campaigning on the issues. It's killing you, man.
You're campaigning on the issues.
Diss this substance and come up with some style. Teresa says you don't like dances. Come up with a dance. Do the Dwayne.
Is that really his dance?
Years ahead of the Carlton.
If you want my partner, I'd be casting my ballot for Teresa. So you better get up off of that thing
That's
and
some
get on the good foot.
objective honesty, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough. It's like, hey man, I gotta be honest with you. This is not how you win the college popularity contest. Jesus.
But I don't think Dwayne's wrong, though.
No, Dwayne's absolutely right.
These overgrown Ginsu knives anyway.
Unfortunately,
It's just not agreeable.
Ron
for-
also has a point.
Yeah.
Come, Ginsu. Let us see what other adventures lie beyond the gates of the Golden Temple.
Put it back where it belongs. Put it back where it belongs.
He's handling that thing by the blade.
Hello.
How you doing?
Is Colonel Taylor in?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
but he told me
Those
expect
are
you to
not
run
the
to
carpet
right.
cleaners.
Wow, you guys look sharp. There must be a lot of money in Dirty Robbers.
Why is the FBI here?
Whoa!
What?
Oh my goodness!
That is... I'm missing the reference here.
You'll see in a sec.
But you look just like Jesse Jackson. I don't know who your partners are, but if you put your face on the truck, you get a lot more business.
You get a lot more business.
Sinbad makes a reference to him in Jingle All the Way as well.
Oh my god.
Get out of here. You ain't no Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson, first of all. is
So
a
the
lot
Jackson
taller than
party
you are.
is actually
Second
the...
of all, Jesse
Okay.
Jackson run Operation Push.
This is not the Jackson 5.
Okay, all right, okay. I understand now.
I'll get the bags, Reverend.
Thank you.
Why did he call you Reverend?
Because you are Reverend Jesse Jackson.
I used to be a country preacher before I got into the rug business.
Still a country preacher.
Beanie!
Hey, Jesse.
Jesse Jackson! The Jesse Jackson that ran for president?
Yes, Mr. Wayne.
Gotcha.
I'm the only person who ever took him down, held him down, almost drowned him.
I work for you.
That's a great claim to fame.
Yes. This is Dwayne Wayne, one of my brightest students. You know, he's also thrown his hat into the political ring.
I would love some advice, sir.
When I was at North Carolina A&T, I was also president of the student council.
Why? It's a good thing I don't have to run against him.
Yeah.
There was definitely some confusion at the school, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Good to meet you, Mr.
You were
Jackson.
right. You're like, it's not the Jacksons they're
It's not
thinking
the
of.
Jacksons that they're thinking of. But I love how they still got a cameo in there,
Yeah.
despite it not being the Jackson everybody was assuming.
He is the last Jackson I was thinking it was going to be.
Jesse Jackson is staying at Colonel Taylor's house. They grew up together. He's speaking at the assembly tomorrow.
Jesse Jackson and LaToya Jackson?
Ron's hair's coming in nicely.
What are the odds on that?
Clue in, brother. The only way you're gonna see LaToya is in that poster over your bed.
I was really looking forward to discussing her views on world affairs.
Oh, sure,
And
yeah.
reptiles.
Voters of Hillman,
Oh,
for your
God.
political pleasure, I give to you the current and future president of your student government,
Oh, God.
Teresa Stone, doing the Stone Boogie.
She's invented a dance.
Whoa.
She's invented
Whoa.
a dance. Oh, my God. She's killing it.
I was wondering if she was like a famous guest star that we just don't recognize.
A vote for me is a vote for the slamminest, jammingest homecoming Hillman has ever seen.
That's easy. People only want little things ahead. They don't want to vote for long term.
I'm out. Nobody on this campus cares about anything important. This is the me
Yeah.
generation. So
But-
I'm gonna take care of me.
What's changed?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
If I got humiliated every time I opened my mouth in public, it would get to me too.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate the help.
My hand, the first nail in Teresa Stone's coffin. Look at that. You, me, and Jesse.
Jesse
Oh, my God. No.
I want you to dig a hole. And I want you to climb down into that hole, and I want you to take this poster with you.
What if it worked?
Now, if I had known you were
This is getting leaked at some point,
I
right?
wouldn't have spent the last 2 hours putting these up all over campus.
Oh, no. Oh,
For the
no.
next 2 hours taking them down.
Dude.
That's crazy.
You figured out what you're gonna say to the students tomorrow?
Trying to make up my mind. I might just pretend I'm in Washington and give my first inaugural address. Dying to use it.
Been have that filed away for a while.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Is the sword still there? Nope.
Nope.
Mr. Wayne, I haven't seen this much of you since you were dating my
Watch, it's gonna
daughter.
play it. It's gonna play in his favor.
Oh, an apology.
Dwayne Wayne says he's sorry. Now, good night.
It's okay, Beanie.
I want to talk to this bright young lad.
He's just trying to have a good time with the Reverend.
Yeah.
This.
I know that there's a perfectly ridiculous explanation.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't Dwayne's fault.
Overzealous supporter made this up thinking it might get me over. I'm sorry.
That's this guy in the middle, right?
That's
Yep,
him.
yep. Good call.
How do you know that?
Down as many as I could, sir. And when I drop out of the race officially, I'll make sure that everyone knows that you had nothing to do about it.
Dwayne Wayne, he is somebody.
Uh-oh.
That's a pretty good slogan.
What was our campaign about?
Let me just make sure that you're like issues based.
Jamming, slamming, homecoming.
Sounds like you were about as popular as I was in my first campaign.
I wouldn't carry one dorm. I barely carried
gonna be
my
on
best
side.
friend.
That's why you're dropping out.
Well, yeah.
It's like let's figure out your campaign here.
Meetings.
I know that feeling, Beanie.
But you're Jesse Jackson. People listen to you.
That's
Not all of
because I
them.
wouldn't give up. I
Yeah.
was not a chump. I would not surrender. I stood up.
They listen to him now. You had to fight for that.
Yeah.
If I set up a scholarship fund or try to save student activities, no one else is thinking about the future.
So why should you? You want to be a leader?
Far too real.
You can't cook with cold grease. You got to stand up to be a leader.
Reverend, I've tried. It's not my fault. No one is listening to me.
To make them listen. Yeah, find a way to make them listen.
A man can't be heard if he stops talking. Stand up.
Amen to that, too.
Dwayne's the one that led the protests.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like people listen to Dwayne.
Canonically, he is the guy that would fight.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is a unique opportunity for all of us. Don't embarrass yourselves. More importantly,
Please.
don't embarrass me.
Exactly.
Please.
It's
Oh my God, Whitley.
Letty, I'd like for you to meet a friend of mine, Reverend Jackson, Letty Bostic.
She's nervous. She can't even look him in the
Yeah,
eyes.
she's immediately like freezing.
What I think she's trying to say is nice to meet you.
Yes. Very nice. Very, very.
She's like playing trombone with his hand.
If I'd known he was going to become a world leader, Well, I would have offered him my peach cobbler.
Got in good.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Surely you've heard the name Jesse Jackson.
I have.
Okay.
It's ringing bells. But clearly I have some historical education to be doing when I get out of here.
Thank you for the introduction, Beanie. Earlier today, as I contemplated this lecture tonight,
What I was going to say.
I thought about a young man who had been in a rather sad and melancholy mood.
Is he just going to drop Dwayne's name?
As I thought about him, it occurred to me that his real problem was he felt that as one person, he could not make a difference.
Right. But he can.
But he can.
The change in America that's taken place in the last 30 years has occurred because somebody thought that they could make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
The changes did not come from Wall Street or the White House.
Came from the people.
It came from the people.
It
Came
always
from people trying to make a
started by
difference.
some young person who thought that they could, in fact, make a difference.
Yup.
Rosa Parks got on a bus one day. The sign above the driver's head read, "A colored seat from the rear, white seat from the front."
And she sat in the front.
She refused to go to the back of the bus.
Yes, you did.
And she was arrested. Dr. King went to her rescue, a 26-year-old student,
26-year-old student.
and told her, better that you walk in dignity than ride in shame. One person can make a difference.
Wow.
In the next few years, young America died that we might live. Medgar Evers was killed in cold blood.
Wow.
About this right to vote. Serena Goodman and chained the 2 Jews and an African-American were bulldozed to death.
Oh, my God.
Jimmy Lee Jackson's 15-year-old African-American student shot and killed in Marion, Alabama. 4 darling little girls blown up in the church in Birmingham, Alabama one
God.
Sunday morning. All about the right to vote.
Right to vote.
They made a difference.
Made a difference. Yes, yes.
You must make a difference.
They just got the whole cast together and were like, you go make a speech.
Right.
And put hope in their brains and not dope in their veins. They can always make a difference.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Because they died, your generation has the power.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
John Kennedy was elected by a margin of 112,000 votes.
Whew.
Less than 1 vote per precinct. Everybody counts.
Everybody counts.
Carter beat Ford by 1.7 million. Fewer than 3 million votes elected 3 presidents
Wow.
in 16 years.
Wow.
Damn, that's something to think about.
Wow.
They had 3.2 million high school seniors alone graduating. They should come across that stage with a diploma in one hand and a voter card in the other.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
How are we feeling, Dwayne?
Yeah, he's like speaking directly to you, Dwayne.
You have the power. You must not have the attitude.
Yeah.
It's not my aptitude, but my attitude that determines my altitude.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, what a line.
Just because it rains, I don't have to drown. I may have been born in the slum, but the slum was not born in me.
Hell yeah.
Above my circumstance.
Right.
Oh my God, what a speech.
Hands that once picked cotton can now pick presidents.
That's right.
You want to free Mandela and free South Africa? Let's vote about it.
Let's vote about it.
Let's vote about it.
Wow. What a speech.
Come on, Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne, you got to get out there. You got to vote. You got to try your best.
I wish he dropped Dwayne's name.
I know, but that wouldn't be doing it right.
You came so close.
Oh, I was worried he was going to lose.
I demand a recount. Look, it's not important whether I won or lost. The important thing is I had something to say, I said it, and I'm going to keep on saying it.
Damn straight.
For you.
I wish I'd won.
Take your day to be mad about it, bud. Don't worry.
Happy 18th birthday! Happy birthday, Freddie. Brother's birthday present for you. It's more special than it looks. 18 candles on the cake.
Okay.
But you can't vote, because it would be hard if you do not have a registration card.
Oh, we're just rapping about her turning 18 and being able to vote. Oh, they got her voter registration. That's adorable.
Application for your own voter registration.
Well, that's the whole theme of the episode, isn't it?
Yeah, that's delightful.
I don't know how to tell you guys this, but I filled out my registration papers this morning.
Dang it.
After all that.
I got to fill mine out in advance of my birthday because I turned 18 the day of the election.
Oh.
So I got to fill out my election application or my voter registration and everything when I was like 17, and then got to vote that same year.
So, because I know that you guys would want Michael to see this.
Need some education here.
We'll just look at the first section of this. So, yeah, he's an American civil rights activist, politician, ordained Baptist minister, beginning as a young protege of Martin Luther King Jr. during the civil rights movement. Jackson has maintained his status as a prominent civil rights leader throughout his political and theological career for over 7 decades.
Shadow delegate and senator for the District of Columbia. Oh, so he served as a member of Congress that doesn't have a vote. Unfortunately, because DC gets representatives in the House and the Senate, but they aren't allowed to vote, which is crazy. But that's okay. Wow.
Anyway, yeah, this is an important moment in the I mean, not an important moment, but an important message, just like the previous episode.
Yeah.
Insofar as kind of just educating you and teaching you, like, this is what is within your power to do. You know, and you should utilize that power. You know, a lot of sacrifices were made so you could have that power. So you better take full advantage of it, and you can make a difference. You know, I feel like that message is something I needed to hear because, like,
I agree.
You know, today it just sometimes feels like so. You hear what's going on with Epstein and whatnot. The whole Epstein situation kind of makes me go, do we have any power?
Do we have any power?
You
like, is anything? I have been grappling with like feeling sort of hopeless
and powerless
in like the political sphere, because it's like, okay, you know, I voted my mind and things like that, but it didn't necessarily go my way.
Right.
And now for me, it feels like the only option I have is midterm elections, which at the time was 2 years down the line. Like, it's still like a year away, but that's the next time I can like fill in a bubble and try and make a difference, right? There is a certain importance to understanding, like, no, that's not just the only time that you can make a difference. Speaking out and speaking up and doing what you can to make your voice heard on the issues you want to be heard on is just as important as that vote.
I think what's missing that is, to me, kind of painfully obvious is an ability to, and maybe this is just, there's no laws for this, but the ability to vote on how algorithms work, because algorithms kind of control our lives. You know, I don't know if anyone's truly in control of that. I don't exactly know the back end coding for like how all of that operates. I would imagine that human input does dictate to a degree what's going on.
Yes.
And obviously the human input is users engage highly with negative content, with stuff that triggers them. And that makes them want to go even deeper and watch even more. And they're going down a rabbit hole of conspiracy theory and misinformation. And that's what they're engaging with. And so both sides are being told the most disgusting information about the other side.
Yeah.
And half of which might not even be true. Half of it is true. And but who are you to know the difference? And so
the struggle is there's not a lot of crossover. Because of how the algorithm works, there's not a lot of like cross-pollination of these two ideas. You just get deeper and deeper and deeper into your own echo chamber.
Exactly.
So even like to a certain extent, and my big frustration is it even feels like activism on social media is just sort of screaming into the void as well, because nobody who's going to be convinced of anything is seeing it.
Or you're preaching to the choir.
Or you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
So like there's a certain degree of like, okay, I don't know if this necessarily is doing anything either.
Right.
And there's just that feeling of impetus or not impetus, impotency of like the words that are being spoken or the things that I'm sharing or the viewpoints I'm trying to put out there.
Right.
There's a certain degree of like, I don't know if this is actually getting across to anybody, and who knows if they're going to listen.
Right.
But I guess the idea is, and the message here is like, keep saying it, because if you have a message to put out, it needs to be heard.
Yeah.
And at some point, one single person can get that message out there and can cross that barrier, ideally.
Right. Well, we actually had a sponsor on this channel called Straight Arrow News. And apparently they are the middle point where they show you the left and the right, and they let you make up your mind.
Right.
Which I think is the most effective way to go about digesting information in the news.
Yeah.
I personally just do that anyway. When I'm on YouTube, I look at what is NBC saying, what is Fox saying, what are these different sides saying, and then I like try to gather my own middle point from all of that, because the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. when you're trying to kind of just push through the biases of the biasness.
Yes. Yeah,
whatever,
exactly. They're
both sides.
Having media literacy is really important, especially in our day and age where so much information is coming so fast. And again, the algorithm is just kind of feeding into the negative viewpoint. It's like being able to stop and pump the brakes and verify or understanding a media's bias and being able to like compare that to two other sources or things like that are really, really important basic media literacy skills that unfortunately we're not teaching and we're not talking about.
Not enough anyway.
Not enough.
Yeah.
And that deficit is really harmful. Like, it's a shame that that's on us, like the little people, to have to find the media bias and understand that that exists. Like, that sucks. In a perfect world, the news would just be the news. It would give you the facts and no interpretation or anything like that. You wouldn't have a 24-hour news cycle that's just constantly feeding into posturing and projection and things like that.
Triggering you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we wouldn't have all this like guessing of what this means based off one little nugget of news. But you got to have that media literacy. So as much as you use your voice, you also have to use that voice to be like, hey guys, maybe we're not getting the whole story here.
Right. I just had a latent English literacy in my brain, which is bias is both singular and plural.
Yes.
So, struggling to find the plural version of the word. But I was watching a Bernie Sanders interview the other day, and he was like, you can go and be a representative. You can go and be a voice.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for the change. You can be the change. Like, you can literally go and figure it out and be in politics.
Yep.
Like, it could be you.
It could be you.
And I was like, oh, that's an interesting message I actually haven't heard delivered yet, because I've wondered myself, like, how does one get into that? And why does it always seem to be filled with corrupt individuals? It's just like such a common notion of like corrupt politician.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like all the politicians are corrupt. And so if you are angry about it, you can go and actually physically do something about it potentially. I never thought of it like that. So I'm just passing the message along. Like,
and it doesn't need to start in like the U.S. Senate or the U.S. House of Representatives. You can start small, like run for city council or your local school board or things like that, especially if you're young, right? There's less age restrictions. I had a friend of mine who straight out of high school was on the school board. You can make a difference there. And oftentimes those little boards can lead to political careers that result in national offices and things like that. And you can make a lot of change in your neighborhood and in your community, and that's where like change can foment. It starts as a small thing and it can grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that there's a lot of fear right now around AI and the algorithm. Those are the two things.
Yeah.
And those are the two things that I feel like need to be brought up by younger candidates who understand
how it works,
what it is,
lived with it.
Because like you see Zuckerberg go before Congress and they're like, what's this thing in my iPhone? And it's like, dude, I'm not Apple.
I'm
not Zuckerberg.
I didn't do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
And like the confusion you see from old guys trying to have a genuine conversation with Zuckerberg or interrogation or whatever it is that you want to call it, it's going absolutely nowhere because they don't even understand the thing themselves. They're not getting primed on that information. That's the change I would like to see, is a fuller understanding for everybody. For the first time, my mom actually like called out AI. I'm like, I'm proud of you, Mom. Like,
good job,
you
Mom.
actually, because like she'll send me stuff that's like clearly AI and she doesn't realize it is. But now she's finally beginning to see it. I'm like, okay, good, thank God, because I'm really worried I'm so worried about her generation.
Yeah,
you know,
especially as it like gets better and better. But that's a whole different rabbit hole.
Because I mean that is really important to consider, because people are living longer than they used to.
Yep.
And so people who don't understand these things are making up a substantial amount of the vote and decision making, right?
And they don't understand it, and they don't have the literacy with it to make a good decision on it.
Exactly.
And it's just sort of a cascading problem.
Yeah. And so if there's anything I would be voting on, like if I spot it, it's that stuff, the AI and the algorithm, because like I feel like it's so detrimental to our society.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it yet, I've mentioned it a couple times, I think, on I don't know if it's on Netflix still, but it was called The Social Dilemma. And it talks about how the algorithm just kind of perpetually feeds the negativity because that's what people are engaging with, which, thank God, that's not our content. Our content is actually positivity and nostalgia for the most part.
That's what we do.
Yeah, like it's more of a just a joyous celebration more than anything else, which I actually appreciate being part of that instead. Because like sometimes when I watch YouTube videos and I see people talking about issues, I cannot help but think like this person's living is based off of negative energy.
Yeah.
And that has to inform their conversation to a certain degree, which makes me kind of averse a little bit to taking in the information. It's like, you don't know who to trust. It makes me fucking paranoid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to like being able to just trust the news, but you can't trust the news anymore because they've demonstrated so many times that most of these networks are owned by like a single company.
Yes, exactly. And so it's like, it's just a biased, like we're just putting this out. And then again, it's my constant frustration with it of just being like, it's constant conjecture.
Yeah.
It's like you get one fact early in the day, and then it's just a whole bunch of pundits conjecturing about this, that, and what does this mean for this, and what does this mean for that. And like, you really got to wade through all that quagmire to be like, okay, but what are we talking about?
Yeah.
What actually happened?
Yeah.
Can I just get that? So,
well, they're counting on more and more us to just forget.
Yes.
That's the scary part.
Yes.
It's like the whole thing with Epstein right now is they're counting on us to forget and it be kind of swallowed by other news. Like right after, you know, the whole thing with Epstein, we had the Sweeney, what's her name? Sweeney.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember her first name. Yeah.
Like that whole thing came up, and that got more searches than the Epstein thing because it's just a matter of time before we forget.
Everybody forgets and moves on to the next thing.
Which scares me so much. I'm like, no, we actually have something.
It's like, guys, rate it in. Hang on.
Yeah, this is bipartisan for the first time.
For the first time.
And I'm like, okay, no, we need to hold on to this right here because this is very telling.
Yes.
But like, I don't know. This could keep splintering into more and more directions. The thing that scares me is beyond the algorithm and beyond the AI stuff is, you know, if you're democratically leaning, if you're left, so this is my right side. If you're left leaning, right? Because like the right has at least figured out, like, okay, these are our faces and voices, and they're very fucking strong.
And this is what the messaging we will do.
And they're very good about it. So good on them. Applause. At the left side, I feel like that's where we're weak. Is we just don't have a lot of voices where people collectively, like, who do you know about besides? What's her name? I can't even remember her name right now.
Oh yeah, AOC.
AOC. Yeah, like besides her and Bernie, who are you aware of?
Right.
You know.
And so it's a matter of like finding, like what that collective voice is.
Pete Buttigieg as well, but like. I am more aware of faces and names on the right than I am the left, and that is concerning. So, like, I could easily tell you who I might be voting for if I was voting for the right. You know what I mean? I politically lean center-left because I really do like to listen to both sides and see what everybody has to say. Because sometimes, like, there's stuff that we're crazy on the left about that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, that makes sense more on the right. But more often, I think I'm just favoring left.
Well, that's the way that it's supposed to be done.
That's how it used to be, I think.
The media literacy is just like, okay, you hear both sides of it, you hear the facts, and then you're allowed to like make your determination based on that.
Yeah.
But it gets so like pulled one way or pulled the other, and there's a lot of like divide.
Well, Steve Bannon said it outright. It's muzzle velocity.
Yeah.
Muzzle velocity, misinformation. And you just keep pumping that out, and eventually we can't keep up with it. And that's just true of the whole thing.
And then we just forget and we move on.
Yes. And I think that's the fight we have to put up against ourselves. I've been actively like putting my phone away. When I go home, my phone sits on a cradle at the front and I don't touch it.
Good call.
You know?
Good call.
Yeah.
I have been actively trying to like get off it. Like having my kid and having her be a little bit more active has really kind of made me understand just how much I was on my phone beforehand, or just like scrolling through media and seeing stuff that, you know, made me anxious or made me angrier. And so it's been really nice when like she's not napping, I just put my phone down because I need to be present with her. And so that has made it so when I find out about like stuff going on in politics or things like that, it's usually like a quick, okay, what's happening? I just need like the little bits and pieces. And I'm not scrolling through social media, getting everybody's like sort of spiraling opinion on everything.
Yeah.
And so it's made it so I have a better understanding of like what's going on, just a little bit of a clearer picture. But it also isn't consuming me and isn't making me like get angrier and angrier and angrier.
Right, right.
I know that this is finals week and you have a lot of work to avoid.
The boys' dorm meeting.
Get your housing forms in by Friday, 5 p.m., or you will be pitching a pup tent in the quad. Act now. No late forms will be accepted.
Act now.
Walter, you know, these last couple of years, you've always been there for us, and we'll never forget you.
We'll miss you, buddy.
Where are you going?
Summer ain't long enough for me to miss you.
Summer isn't long enough.
September.
That's right.
Who's he gonna kiss in this episode?
Right? Yeah, we gotta get a kiss by the end of the... It's gonna be Whitley, right?
Check this out. 2.5 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, microwave oven, trash compact room with a balcony and a view of our pool.
Oh, you guys are getting an apartment? That...
You two non
How well is that gonna go?
minimum wage earning brothers do not have enough money to afford this place.
Wrong again, hot tub breath.
Hot tub breath.
They have to set aside 10 apartments at student rates between his scholarship and the money my daddy's giving me for maintaining my straight C average.
You know what? You gotta reward what you can.
What can I say, man? The dorm won't be same without you. The place will be clean. There'll be some pretty girls hanging around for once.
Pretty girls hanging around for once.
Sunday night, we're having a couple dozen of our closest friends over to bid a fond farewell to our sophomore year. And an even fonder hello to our new pad.
Don't celebrate before you've got the apartment. So many things can go wrong.
You want to know the best part?
What part of town
See
is
this
it
lady?
in?
She's not just a model. She actually lives in the building. She's our neighbor.
The kind of woman you might want to borrow some sugar from.
Hey, you already have a woman to borrow sugar from.
Guess who will not be spending the summer cruising the Mediterranean with her mother?
Ha.
I have just accepted a 2-month position at the Adams Museum of Art.
Oh, wow.
So you got that job selling souvenirs in a gift shop?
Nice.
Yes, I did.
At least she's at a place that she likes.
So how's Mama taking the news?
She is livid.
That's the best part. She wants to stick it to her mom.
But I told her, look, Mama, I'm working this summer, and that is it. Wonder what I'll do with that extra $75 a week.
I thought this was a full-time job.
It is. Why?
$75 a week.
What are you making in the medical lab?
Oh, about the same.
Uh-oh.
How close to the same?
Ooh.
About $3.25.
Kim, $3.25 an hour is barely minimum wage.
$3.25 a week.
Yeah, $3.25 a week.
A week.
Her eyes.
My God.
$325 a week to babysit a bunch of rats?
Oh, no.
Worth isn't measured by what they make.
That is obvious.
Letty, I'm on my break. Letty, Ron and I just got an apartment off campus, and we
Oh,
wanted
you
to
actually
invite
have
you
it.
to our little housewarming party.
What can I bring?
Food. Just ignore him. Bring yourself. And some of those deviled eggs you make. It's delicious. Oh, and the pasta salad.
So food.
The food.
Yeah.
Bring the food.
And, bring a big plate of veggies.
So all the food.
Anything else? Just bring yourself.
Sure, yeah. Just yourself.
Thanks. That takes care of the food.
My God.
I'm ready for my next fleece. Gloat now, because that's the last you're going to see of my money till next September.
Sure.
Those kids at your day camp will be taking your life savings.
No, we're not going to play cards in my camp this summer, because last year they got everything but my hiking shorts.
Last year.
Well, I'm looking forward to a good summer. The last bus of kids leaves at 6 o'clock.
And I'm out of here, 6:01.
Jump back in the convertible, hang out to all the hot spots. Yes. So what is that lovely Miss Vincent going to be doing
What's
while you
Jaleesa
splashing
doing?
on Old Spice? She'll be installing cable TV in Camden. I'll go see her every couple of weeks.
Every couple of weeks?
Now, I know what that does to women.
I'd have planned the summer around her.
Yeah, right?
Instead of installing cable television this summer, I, your little Jaleesa, have been promoted to sales representative. They're going to give me a company car, Walter. We can spend every weekend together.
Yay! He's so thrilled.
You mean like every weekend?
And on top of that, they said if I do a little bit of overtime, they said maybe even Wednesdays too.
Ooh, Wednesdays too.
Great. So excited for you to be cramping my style all summer.
Come on, Walter. You're supposed to be putting your arms around me, you know.
Why? He fought so hard to be with her.
He did.
And now he's got a problem with seeing her too much?
You don't want me to visit you.
Oh, no. It's not that I don't want you
I just have to wrap my head
It's just
around the change in
every
plans.
weekend I'll be taking the children on field trips, and on Wednesdays too.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is by himself.
Yeah, right? Like, you can still go do your thing.
Since when did you stop wearing Old Spice?
You put it on now?
You bought all this stuff? I figured the smell of burning coals would lure our new neighbor onto our terrace.
About that.
This is all my daddy's fault. When he found out I got that D in Latin, he pulled the plug on my credit card.
No.
Better come, because this hibachi has a doofus-seeking mechanism.
A doofus-seeking mechanism.
We have no place to live. What's worse, I got no place to live. We have to. I'm gonna break
smash
your
this
neck.
over your head.
But look, I found another place to replace the old place.
Where?
Well, the Grenade.
Where's that?
Have you seen this place? Well, not exactly.
Ron.
What's the matter? Because it's not just any old place. We're subletting from none other than Slick Rick Gilmore.
That doesn't sound good.
When can we see it? Slick Rick is moving out as we speak. The apartment manager is going to meet us first thing in the morning.
Why is he moving out?
Don't you feel silly for doubting?
I thought he said sublet. Did he say sublet?
He did say sublet.
It's going to be good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no. This is the apartment Will took Carlton to.
That's right. It looks just like it.
It's just like it.
I can't live here. Slick Rick said partially furnished.
Partially furnished.
It might be the same spot.
It might be the same
It looks
set.
so similar.
Except I think that was like years removed from that episode.
It's a set at a
yeah,
studio.
I figured that's true.
That's it. I'm calling my daddy.
You got a D.
Yeah, you got a D. You should have kept your grades up, bud.
When the manager gets here, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind.
Oh,
what?
God.
What?
No way.
Is you the manager?
No. Velma is. She's off visiting her sister. They twins, you know. I married one, can't stand her.
Stand the other.
You've only been here 5 minutes and the place looks like a trailer.
They didn't do
This
that.
isn't my fault.
Sir, this is how it was when we got here.
Sure.
Well, I cannot live here.
Well, you don't have to. You can live any place you want to.
As long
Just
as you pay rent.
Give me the 12 months rent on this one, or else you're going to have to deal with Velma, and she just loves to go to court.
Oh, God.
Why?
Oh, God.
So he signed a contract blind.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the Grenade.
This is
Oh,
awful,
God.
dude.
Yeah, this is rough.
For the last 2 weeks, all he's been saying is, Jaleesa, this is our last burger until September. And baby, this is gonna be our last movie. All this trouble to make it possible to be with the man, and he tells me he's gonna be too busy toasting marshmallows with some campers.
Yo, no. He's lying.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, no. Thanks.
I heard every word. You're angry with Walter because he went to the movies and didn't toast his watermelon.
Nailed it.
What?
I'm gonna be honest, that's me.
I have some wonderful news to share.
What?
I don't know if you two have heard, but this summer, I'm gonna be a working girl.
Oh no, my ravioli has exploded.
Oh, no.
It's the second door on the left. Just be sure to stand clear when you open it.
Dude.
I mean, like, they're pulling it together.
Man, why don't you put on some slow records? Just getting funky in there, man. The dance dancing is killing the cockroaches.
Killing the cockroaches. Oh, my God.
This time next year, we could be together for 2 whole years. You know what that means? That means we could be together for a long time. A long time.
Okay.
Where are we going with
So
this?
why are you resistant?
You want to have a summer of freedom.
Oh.
She's so mad. You just walked yourself into the own hole.
It is my duty to reach down into my pockets to see if I have any wild oats of my own.
Mm-hmm. Goes 2 ways.
Uh-huh, it goes 2 ways.
How many wild oats you talking about?
I feel a bumper crop coming on right now.
Go make him jealous.
So how do you like our terrace?
There's a certain poetry to urban decay.
Urban decay.
So what are you doing for the summer?
Internship at Kanishiwa Electronics. If you don't see me in September, it's because Dwayne Tendo has hit the store.
Dwayne Tendo, I love it.
I bet you always knew what you wanted to be in life.
Aw, Whitley.
Ever since I was 5, I knew I wanted to be Spider-Man.
She's like, I don't want to be a pageant queen anymore.
And when I was 9, set my sights on being Reggie Jackson. It wasn't until I was 12 that I figured out I wanted to be an engineer.
Aw.
Like him, she always knew she wanted to be a doctor. But her first words were, I do not make house calls.
I do not make house calls.
I envy you ambitious types.
You've got ambition, Whitley.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Come on.
You're just kind of
Well,
changing your whole
I always
archetype.
wanted to be Lola Falana.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, I saw her on the Merv Griffin show, and she could sing and she could dance.
Aw.
I want to be just like her. Whitley Falana.
So maybe she's a
Cute.
performer.
Yeah, maybe perform.
I thought working this summer would give me some kind of direction. You know, certainly more direction than cruising the Mediterranean with my mama.
It might give you direction to find a better job than the one you're in.
Yeah.
You'd rather work in a stuffy old museum than catch some rays with Mom?
Well, don't you think that not working would be spoiled and self-indulgent?
And that's the best part.
That's
you got your
why.
whole life to be responsible. If you're not going to give me your deck chair, I'll go hang out with Mo.
Enjoy the things you get.
You're an okay guy, Dwayne.
Yeah, you had a crush on him
Okay,
beginning of the
yourself,
season.
Whitley. You know, it's funny. Here we are, two pretty okay people.
Oh,
we gonna
shit. Here we go.
End of the season, end of the season. Ah!
Bastards.
Bastards.
Way to trick us.
I didn't know you played the piano. All you got to know is that your rent money is due on the first of the month.
In real life, they would have totally kissed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Roll out of bed.
Oh,
okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Take an aspirin for my head, got the blue.
There we go.
Sinbad's on a different beat.
What was in those crackers he was eating?
Way to lose these mean.
This Asian extra next to Sinbad has been showing up again and again and again and again.
He's just there.
Burgers are burning, there's trash on the ground, got the blue. Yeah, yeah.
Complaining about the pit.
Well, you think you got problems? I live in this place. Girls bang on my door and start screaming in my face.
I love this as a way for the teachers to all.
I'm a part-time mama.
Yeah.
Part-time nurse. With all the traumas, things here couldn't get no worse.
I love this. This is great.
Who else participates, though?
They're rude and they're selfish, act like they don't care.
Come on.
That's why I lost my hat.
I love them just happily roasting all the kids.
Oh, this is where we're concluding it.
Yeah, this is the end. Aww. That's adorable. But we got no resolution for Sinbad and Jaleesa. They didn't have like a talk of like, hey, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about why you're actually afraid of me visiting a whole bunch.
Well, I mean, it touches on the point that we often forget.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like this is just such a classic story. It's a trope, I think, you know, where you hear it all the time of the guy who's like, you know, I kind of want to explore things, you know, if that's cool with you. And then all too quickly they realize that she's going to be able to meet someone else so much faster than you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She goes outside and throws a rock, and then she will meet somebody, and you're going to have to work your ass off and pound the pavement before you find someone else. She will find 4 guys before you find one person to look at you. And so, and you know, his
immediate regret. It's like, oh, yeah. It's the double standard of like, yeah, I got to go do this thing and sow my wild oats, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't know, I got to purge that from my system, but you're going to stay loyal and you're going to wait for me. Like, that's so selfish. That's a selfish way of thinking about it.
That's why you just lie. I'm just kidding.
No! We're supposed to be giving good life advice. That's what this show's about.
Well, you know, of the 3 episodes that we watched today, this one felt like it was the least focused on a message. It was also the least cohesive of the episodes.
Agreed.
Like, the other 2 felt like, okay, there was a picture there that's very clear in what it was doing. This was more like, well, this is just sort of where the characters are at
We're
right now.
going to end happily, and they're just going to go off for their summers. And, like, really the only character that got, like, a resolution to their arc was Whitley, with Dwayne talking about, like, hey, you know, work doesn't have to define you. Go to the Mediterranean if you want.
I thought that was so shitty what they did to us on the
right?
balcony.
They knew.
Yeah.
They knew we were going to start this episode and be like, we're going to get a kiss this one.
Yeah.
We got to get a kiss, right? Dwayne's got to kiss somebody, and then just dangled it. But we got, 5 more seasons at least, so they got to keep us on the hook.
I think is it 5?
Am I wrong?
87 to 93. Oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Let me just do this.
Because 87 to 93 is 6 years, so we've watched 2, so it's only 4 more seasons. I'm wrong.
6
seasons. Okay, yeah. So I was one off. But we still got 4 more seasons that they got to get through.
Right. So I could not tell if they sort of showed us a resolution in that when everyone was dancing, Sinbad had
his arm over
around
Jaleesa.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the indication of, he learned,
He learned his lesson. We're okay. Everything's fine.
But I guess they sort of answered the question. He just wanted to sow his wild oats.
Yeah.
And that's why he was feeling so resistant, because he wanted his weekends and his Wednesdays or like he just wanted time away so he could like have his fun and then commit to her forever and ever.
Yeah. I can initially his hesitance I could almost understand, because like when you have like a whole bunch of stuff planned out, and I'm a very particular person of like how my schedule is and the things I have planned out and things like that, and then a wrench gets thrown in it. It can be a great wrench. Like it can, it can be someone I want to see or, something that I really, really want to do. But then I sit there and I'm not as outwardly excited about it because I'm like, okay, how am I going to change my perfectly laid out schedule around for this thing?
Yeah.
And this is going to like change stuff I have to do. And now I got to get some other stuff done. And so I'm immediately like spiraling about how this is going to affect what I already had planned.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes I will lose the like, yay, excitement about the thing that's happening because I am already 18 steps ahead of how I'm working it into my schedule. And my wife hates it.
Yeah.
She thinks it's like one of her least favorite things I do, where she hits me with like, I just planned this like, quick trip that we're doing. And I'm like, okay, hang on a second. How am I folding that into? And she's like, can't you just be happy? So initially I thought that was like maybe why Sinbad was having that moment of him being like, yeah, I'm thrilled that I get to see you, but I had all these plans with my boys.
I think
now,
you're giving him a lot of credit.
Yeah, I'm giving him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
But like additionally, Sinbad has throughout this season really been like the upstanding guy. Every time we think he's like straying a little bit, he shows that no, I'm actually totally loyal to Jaleesa, and like I was playing it up, or something was going on where he was actually doing the right thing. And so this has been the first episode where it's been like Sinbad's in the wrong. And it took me a little bit to realize that he is actually potentially in the wrong.
Yeah. It's tricky, man, because I'm of two minds about this, because on the one hand, like sometimes people do need to separate in order to find each other again. That is a thing that happens, and it happens more often than you think.
For sure.
I think I was at a movie premiere the other night, and I was talking to somebody, and I was finding out their whole relationship history. Like I tell you, people open up
People
fast
just
to
open
me.
up, yeah.
And one of the things they dropped in there that the husband wasn't too thrilled about was, she goes, yeah, we met in high school, and then we were dating, and then we broke up for about a year, and then we got back together, and then we got married. And he's like, why did you have to mention the part where we broke up? And I'm like, no, it's part of the cool story, because then, you people are rooting for you.
We got back together, it's cheering.
I was just a little bit tipsy, so I found a way to navigate it and make it positive again.
Nice.
But like that's what happened with them, and I hear that a lot. Sometimes you just need time apart to realize, no, that is the person you should be with.
Right, and it's worth fighting for, is the thing. Because like what makes a relationship go the distance and what's helpful is your willingness to work together, or at least work around fights.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of what is the death knell of a relationship, I talk about it a lot with my friends as they're going through their relationships, because my relationship with my wife is kind of like advanced as far as like what we've been through, because we've been together so long.
Yeah.
So like compared to like my friends' relationships, they're just hitting points that we hit in like high school and early college. And so I always talk about there's like a breaking point, or like a make it or break it point in a relationship where some underlying issues just continue to not be resolved and then just become the whole fight. Right? And it's a matter of like figuring out, okay, do I love this person enough to resolve these issues or work together to come to an agreement on these issues? Or are they just so irreparably different that we just can't be together?
Right.
And that's what can really tell if a relationship's going to last for a long time or if it's just going to last for a short time. And sometimes that resolution requires a breakup and separating for a while and realizing that you value the person more than you value whatever conflict you were in.
Right.
And it just takes that perspective. So I think you're right. Like sometimes it takes people coming apart to get back together again.
Yeah, or sometimes you just separate. That's it. That's the end of it.
There's no shame in that. Like whether you're meant to be with someone or not, like the breakups are part of your relationship story. So like I love that she was like, yeah, we broke up for a year and then we got back together. And I think it's so wild that the guy's like, why are we sharing this. Like, your relationship is the mix of all of the good and bad that happened.
That's true. Maybe he's sensitive about it because he didn't want it, or
fair enough.
There's some kind of pain in there that he doesn't like to reflect on or remember. That he's not quite over, because sometimes people get over things at different speeds.
Fair.
I thought it was interesting how Jaleesa handled it. She did him a solid.
Yes.
Because she made it abundantly clear up front before any damage actually happened. This is what could happen. Mm-hmm. If that's what you want, we can go do that.
Yeah.
And like, because there's the other way where they, she just goes, okay, cool.
Yeah, whatever.
But no contact.
And then he's mad about it, and then just
and then she just goes off and sows her own wild oats, because very quickly, I think that if you just say okay, and you don't say anything, and you completely cut contact for a month or two, very quickly he will realize, oh shit, like
I've messed up.
Yeah, I messed up. I don't want to be apart from this person.
Yep.
I feel like that is an equally valid move, and I think it might even be the smarter move, because be it man or woman, either side of it, right? Because if you do anything to incentivize the person not to go, then I feel like there's almost a trapping in a way.
Right.
As opposed to, no, go ahead, do your thing. Very quickly, they're going to realize, oh, no,
That's not what I want.
That's not what I want at all. Yeah.
I really loved her being like, okay, great. I'm going to go do my thing and you do yours. Because, like, again, she basically did that of like, okay, whatever, that's cool.
Yeah.
But she immediately made clear the consequences of like, if you're allowed to do this and I'm allowing you to do that, then I should be allowed to do this too.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Right.
And kind of revealing that double standard and making him come to terms with just what he's asking her, which I think was the best way to handle that.
You think so?
I think so.
As opposed to just giving him the time away, and then if she felt like sowing her own wild oats, she just goes and does it.
Well, I think then you have an upfront dialogue about it, and no one's expectations are hurt.
Sure.
That's the thing, because like Sinbad is leaving with the expectation that she's not going to do anything.
So a close friend of mine had broken up with. So speaking of, he had broken up with his girl for a little bit, and I guess he wanted to sow his own wild oats. Apparently, hopefully I don't get in trouble with YouTube for saying this. She gave the worst oral situation.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
She was the worst at it.
The game wasn't strong.
No. And they got back together, and she was amazing at it. And he was like, that's new. What happened here?
Someone's been teaching you?
That's exactly what happened.
Oh,
and she's like, because he felt a way about it. And she was like, did we break up? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, and he couldn't say anything. He's like, you're right. Like, I was off doing my thing. You were off doing your thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not allowed to be mad about this. It doesn't change your ego and your feelings about that. And,
right.
But like, that's the reality of it. It's like, you break up with that person, they have just as much right as you to go off and do something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think what was interesting is like, Sinbad wasn't exactly breaking up with her. He was just like, we're going on a distance break.
I feel like it's breaking up temporarily.
It's like,
because
I guess you're doing break.
Yeah, you're doing things with other people. That's a breakup at that point.
Yeah.
If you're sowing wild oats and all that stuff.
I agree, but it seemed like he was being kind of cavalier of like, okay, well then we'll come back and our relationship will still be intact. It's kind of like the vibe.
It's selfish.
It's selfish. It's for sure selfish. So, which is why I'm like, okay, yeah, go Jaleesa for being like throwing that selfishness right back at him and being like, great, I'm gonna go do my thing, you go do your thing, and then I'm gonna see how you feel about that.
Yeah, but like going back to my friend, had his girlfriend said to him what Jaleesa said, he would have stayed in the relationship potentially and potentially felt trapped. Versus they went off and each did their own thing.
Right.
They found each other again and they stayed together.
That's fair. I think it definitely depends on a relationship.
To each their own.
Yeah, to each their own. It's like a relationship to relationship basis, I guess.
Floats your boat or finds your lost remote.
Yeah.
However you get there is how you get there.
Damn straight.
I personally have a hard time with that stuff. Like, if I like someone, if I really like someone, like that's not my game. It's like, I want to be with you.
Right.
I'm not. I guess I'm like you in that way. It's like there's nothing that incentivizes me to go off for a little bit and then come back. Maybe I was like that before, but today I'm not like that. Like when he was feeling all reluctant and whatnot, I'm like, it sounds like you just need to break up.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got some things you got to work through.
Yeah.
Bud. I guess, my issue is, at least I interpreted it like he wasn't looking for a breakup, he was looking for a break. And if you're looking to sow your wild oats or like go do something and explore yourself before coming back aspect of the relationship break up.
Yeah.
But I guess he's trying to keep like the foot in the door.
He wants to have his cake and eat it too.
Yeah, he wants to have the cake and eat it too, and that's not how that works.
No. Unless you lie.
Unless you lie, which is not a good foundation to set a relationship up on.
I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying it's the only time I've seen people get away with it.
Yep.
No, because another buddy of mine, we're not friends anymore, but like nothing, we didn't end on bad terms, but like we just don't talk anymore. He got into college and then he met a significant other who was in high school. They were close enough in age that there wasn't weird or anything like that. But the thing is, the moment he met her, he realized, damn it, this is my soulmate. And he was mad about it because he just got into college. He was so bent out of shape about it. Yeah, he was so bitter about it. He slept with other people like 7 times. And then he felt really guilty. And he came to her and he said, look, I messed up. I love you, blah, 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 blah. However, it's not fair that I got to do this and you don't get to do that. So let's separate for a little bit and you can do whatever you want. And hopefully you'll still want to be with me in a little bit.
Wow.
So they separated for about 4 weeks. And he came back and he's like, just kidding. I can't be without you. Please don't do this to me.
Oh, my God.
And she made him wait. She didn't do anything. She made him wait. She made him wait.
Atta girl.
And then they got back together. They were married. They got kids and everything like that. So that's another instance of breaking up. But that was a very short stint.
Yeah.
Because he begged her. He's like, please, like, forgive me.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
I said what I said, but my heart's not in it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Or my heart's too in it, I guess, in this instance.
But he got rewarded for lying and then apologizing later. That's the thing that frustrates me about it.
I guess better late than later, right?
Yeah, better late than even later.
Just don't do it.
He was young.
I mean, you got to make your mistakes. My thing with lying, and it's a lesson I have had to learn personally. Like, this isn't me just like.
I'm very excited about this. I thought we were gonna end the video. I've got my drink ready. Please.
Lying.
I'm ready. I'm the audience.
Lying overcomplicates so much.
What happened, Michael?
Golly. Okay.
What the hey?
I college was a hard time for me and my wife. I was talking to Acharo about this earlier. Like, that was kind of the make it or break it point for our relationship. And it's because I either omitted things or just straight out lied.
Okay.
And then I got caught in those lies. And so then I would double down.
Okay.
And lie. And so it results in just like more conflict and strife and complication lying than if you just told the truth. And it's, like I said, it's been a very important lesson that I've had to learn that the upfront conflict of just being honest, even if it's not the thing that they want to hear, is going to save you a whole lot more strife than when you get caught in the lie down the line. Or caught in the several layers of lying that you've been doing down the line.
I get you.
You know? So just tell the truth. It'll hurt. It sucks. But just be honest with the person, because I guarantee you it's going to suck a lot less. The basic end result with that is I am now just eternally honest with Debbie because it's what she deserves, but also because she told me she'd divorce me if she ever caught me lying again.
Oh, my God.
And she's dead serious about that.
Okay. My level of curiosity has reached painful. Like, because I know certain things about you, which I'm not going to put out there.
Okay.
But I know certain things about you, and I'm like, what could you possibly be lying about? Because basically what you told me in confidence, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what could you lie about that could be so bad?
So I'll make this easy. I will assuage. I didn't cheat. Nothing. I've never stepped out of my relationship or anything like that. The big thing was when I was leaving college and getting out of college, we were kind of figuring out what our lives were going to look like after that. And there was a part of me that felt very much like I need to stay in Los Angeles. I have to stay because my career is going to take off. I just know it.
Okay.
Right. And if I go to Alaska for a summer, then I'm missing out on all these opportunities.
Okay.
Right. She was telling me, like, I haven't seen you all this time. I'm not ready to move to LA yet. Let's go to Alaska, do our summer thing, and then we will figure out from there. It's a better idea. And I just was so resistant to that idea. And we'd had fights about it. It had been like a perpetual fight all my senior year.
Okay.
And she was like, just email our summer boss and see if he'd be willing to work something out where you can come down to LA if something works out. I was like, fine, I'll do this just to get her off my back. I did not email him. I didn't tell her.
Okay.
She then came to visit me.
Oh, God.
And had been asking about the email and if I had heard anything, and I kept lying and saying, no, I hadn't heard anything, nothing had worked. I kept lying and lying and lying and lying. And I'm like, I'm physically getting embarrassed talking about this because, like, it is my biggest regret.
Okay.
It is my biggest regret. I kept lying and lying and lying and lying. So at some point, she was like, show me your email.
Oh, my God.
And I've never been, like, closed off about my phone. I've never been weird. Like, she's got the password to my phone. It's never been a weird thing. So I knew if I was weird about it, it would make me look guilty. But I knew that if she looked at the phone, she'd see that there is no email.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so she was staying with me, and it was a week-long visit in LA, and it was the first day that she'd visited.
Oh my God. Oh, gross.
We slept in separate places for the first time in our entire relationship since we'd started like living together outside of college and stuff like that. I slept in my dorm, and she stayed with her uncles in town.
Oh my God.
I really thought it was going to be the end of our relationship.
Oh my God.
She chewed me out for like an hour.
Oh my God.
And then we left. And I really thought we were over. I thought it would like, oh my God. And luckily, I came to her the next day and I apologized. And I'm like, I am so sorry. Look, here is the exact email that I have written and have sent him. And I see the error of my ways. And she made me work for it. But ultimately, she was like, I will leave you if I ever catch you lying to me again.
Wow.
Period.
Wow.
And she was dead serious. And I have never lied to her once. Ever again.
Wow.
Like, big things, little things. I mean, if it's like a surprise party, like, obviously I'm going to lie and be like, yeah, that's not today.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, I am just as honest as possible because
it's not worth it.
Buried myself in lies and it wasn't worth it. And I really thought I was going to lose the love of my life.
Damn. Well, thank you for scratching that
So
itch.
that's the story, y'all.
Yeah.
If you stuck around for this long of the discussion,
don't
lie.
Yeah.
It's a bad call.
Yeah.
You know, be open and honest, and I appreciate that Jaleesa was open and honest at the beginning. And I also appreciate that Sinbad was open and honest of being like, I want to sow my wild oats, and that's why I'm weird about you coming and visiting.
Yeah.
Is he was honest, and then they had a discussion, and it seemed like it worked out okay, right? Just say the thing. It might be uncomfortable, but it's going to be a whole lot more uncomfortable when the web of lies is revealed.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm a terrible liar, so I just don't. I just don't. I'm just not worth it.
There you go. There's that too.
Yeah, because I've tried being a liar, and I almost got caught too many times. I'm like, this is not worth the sweat. This is just too scary. And I remember I was in bed with someone that I'd been seeing for a while, and I was coming out of a sleepy stupor or whatever, and I said the wrong girl's name, and she's like, that's not me. And I'm like, so like it's just it's not worth that discomfort, and so I just stopped lying. I'm like, look, this is who I am, so you can deal with it or walk.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, I want to be with you. Do you want to be with me? Are we working this out?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I've always been, unfortunately, I just as a person have always been the person to double down on a lie, and it didn't work out for me, and I got burned real bad.
Well,
so
you're
I'm
better
doing
now.
my best to work my way out of that hole.
All right, you guys, don't lie. That's the lesson of the day.
That's the lesson.
Otherwise, you'll be in a different world. Ha ha. All right, y'all. Peace out.